Hey guys, so today we are continuing on with our graphing rational functions unit. So we're going to be graphing these rational functions and finding their key attributes. So the first one we have is f of x equals negative 4 over x minus 1 plus 2. So we're combining the simplifying rationals and the adding and subtracting and all of that into our graphing now, because we need this to be one single fraction. So we're going to rewrite it with a common denominator. So we're going to have 2 times x minus 1 over x minus 1, which is going to be negative 4 x minus 1 plus 2x minus 2 over x minus 1, which we can write as negative 4 plus 2x minus 2 over x minus 1. And then we'll combine on the top. We get 2x minus 6 over x minus 1. And then that can't simplify any further. So our new function is 2x minus 6 over x minus 1. So we're finding the x-intercept by setting the, the numerator equal to 0 and solving. So my x-intercept occurs at 3, so 0, 3, 3, 0. And then we'll find our vertical asymptote by setting the denominator equal to 0 and solving. So x equals 1 is our vertical asymptote. Then the holes will occur if we have anything that cancels out top and bottom, and we don't have anything, so we don't have any holes. Horizontal asymptote, we've got bigger, we've got neither, so the exponents are the same, it's DC. We're going to divide those coefficients. And so that's 2x and x, so 2 over 1, so 2. So we have a horizontal asymptote at y equals 2. And then I like to find the y-intercept. So we would have 0 minus 6 over 0 minus 1. We plug in a 0 for x to find that y-intercept. Negative 6 over negative 1 is positive 6. And then once we have those 2 points, we can kind of tell where the directions are headed, given the asymptotes and then those intercepts. So that's what our graph would look like. Then we can find our domain and our range. The domain is going to be everything except 1. So negative infinity to 1 and 1 to infinity. And our range is everything except 2. So negative infinity to 2 and 2 to infinity. Now when it says discontinuity, that means going left to right. Are there any breaks? So those will be holes and asymptotes. Here, we're looking for holes and vertical asymptotes. So we have a discontinuity at 1. And then the next one we'll do is number 4. So we're going to be doing the first one on every page. Now number 4, we don't have anything that we need to combine. It's just one single fraction already, so we've got 4 over x plus 2. So we're going to jump straight into working this out since we can't simplify any further. We'll take the numerator, and we see that 4 will never equal 0. So that tells me that we're not going to be crossing the x-axis. We don't have a x-intercept. Then we'll take the denominator, set it equal to 0 to find the vertical asymptote. And then we can find any holes, which we don't have any since nothing cancels. Horizontal asymptote, we have bigger on bottom, which is Bobo, which means y equals 0. So this is why we don't have a x-intercept, because we have an asymptote right on that x-axis. And then let's find the y-intercept. We have 4 over 0 plus 2, which is 4 over 2, which is 2. So right here at 2. And so the reason I like to find the y-intercept is because before we had that y-intercept, we had no idea which direction our line should be facing our curves. And so with the y-intercept in there, I know that I have to go through there and get closer to the asymptotes. And so now I can find what direction I'm facing. We have a discontinuity -2. We don't have any holes, so that's the only one. And then the domain includes everything except -2. And the range includes everything except 0. Now we go to number 7. On number 7, we do have something that we need to simplify. We need to add together, or subtract, sorry. We need to subtract 1. So we're going to make common denominator. So I've got 4 over x plus 1 minus 1 times x plus 1 over x plus 1. So this is 4 over x plus 1 minus 1x plus 1 over x plus 1. Now we need to be careful here because this is 4 minus x plus 1. We're taking the second fraction and subtracting the whole thing. So we're subtracting 1 and we're subtracting x, which leaves me -x plus 3 over x plus 1. Oops, plus 1. Said the right thing, wrote the wrong thing. So now we're going to find the x-intercept. So get an x-intercept at 3. And then we'll find the vertical asymptote at -1. There are no holes because nothing cancels. And then for the horizontal asymptote, we've got -x over x, so that's etc. Y would equal their coefficients divided. So y equals -1. And I'm going to find my y-intercept. 0 plus 3 over 0 plus 1. 3 over 1, which is 3. So we've got a y-intercept right there at 3. So there's our sketch of the graph. Domain includes everything except -1. And our range also includes everything except -1. There are no holes since nothing canceled out. And we don't have holes, but we do have a vertical asymptote, so that's where discontinuity occurs. That's at -1. And lastly, we'll do number 10. On number 10, we do have to combine. We've got plus 2 on there. So we're going to make a common denominator of x minus 2. So that's negative 3 over x minus 2 plus 2x minus 4 over x minus 2. We have common denominators now, so we can write it as one fraction. Negative 3 plus 2x minus 4 over x minus 2. 2x minus 7 over x minus 2. Nothing cancels, nothing simplifies. So that's our new function. I'll take the numerator, set it equal to 0. Oops, that's minus 7. So we get 2x equals 7, and x equals 7 over 2, which is 3.5. So we have an x-intercept right at 3.5. And then to find the vertical asymptote, we'll set the denominator equal to 0 and solve. Nothing canceled, so we don't have any holes, which means our discontinuity is occurring at 2. Horizontal asymptote, we've got eats dc. So divide those coefficients. We've got 2 over 1, which is just 2. And then we're going to find our y-intercept. So we've got 0 minus 7 over 0 minus 2. Negative 7 over negative 2. 7 over 2. 3.5. So our y-intercept is also occurring at 3.5. And then we can make those curves. Getting close to the asymptotes but not touching. So my domain is everything except 2. And my range is everything except 2. So then that is what you're doing on each of the remaining ones. There should be 8 graphs for you to do. And then get them turned in on Canvas. There's 2 on each page. And then I'll see you in the next one.